Hey, so today I want to talk about something stupid again because I don't know, why not? But last time I talked about aliens because why the fuck not? I don't know. Like I said, I was gonna I had a list. I wrote down aliens and zombies, and I talked about aliens first because I don't know. I didn't really have like any like kind of like cool insight or like maybe some like positive reinforcement of the idea of aliens and being like, yeah, let's go, little green guys, or some shit like that. Like my outlook on like aliens is just kind of like it's just like yeah, it's a cool thing, but like whatever. And this other thing is not a cool thing by like I think at this point we already know zombies. I'm talking about zombies. But by no means are zombies a cool thing. If anything, I'd rather aliens come down and make peace with us before I'd want a fucking zombie apocalypse. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm scared of zombies, which is probably one of the reasons why I love zombie type media so much. Because it's maybe it's like the idea of like, oh, I'm like preparing myself for zombies to exist. Or I don't know, maybe it's just like one of those things that scares me in a good way or something. That sounds weird considering I talked about how I like spooky girls, and so the idea of saying that something scares me in a good way definitely makes it seem like I'm uh interested in a weird way, which I'm not. I mean, unless there's some reason I should be. I mean, I guess there's some of those like zombie girls in anime. I'm getting off track. This is not about weird attractive zombie anime girls. This is about zombies, as in the scary kind of zombies, the fucking rotting corpses that bite people and turn them into zombies. Those types, not the other weird kind that I'm was getting off topic with. Let's stay on track. Anyway, I like zombie media, but I'm scared shitless of zombies. The idea of like rampant hordes of the dead just flooding the streets, roaming the cities, and like if you manage to get cornered by one without a weapon, you're pretty much just completely fucked. Because the concept of zombie doesn't make much sense, to be honest. Like, yes, there are like things like there's the fungus that's known to take over like animals' brains and like use them like a zombie. Basically, it turns them into a zombie kind of. I don't really know if there's been like an example of like a human one. Like there's all those like stories you hear where they're like, "Oh my god, the government killed a zombie and now they're hiding it." Kind of like aliens, where like the government's like, "Oh my god, aliens are not real, everyone. There's never been aliens." But then people are like, "Dude, they killed aliens." And you hear stories about like aliens being killed by the government and the government's hiding a secret, and the same has been for zombies. Like I've definitely seen articles where they're like, there was a zombie sighting in this town, but it was shot dead and all that. And when I was younger, I was so scared of zombies. I used to believe those. I would read it and I'd be like, oh no, no, please, no, I don't want a zombie apocalypse. I don't want it. Like I don't know. But I've always loved zombie media stuff, like movies, shows, games. I have quite a few zombie games, though probably not as much as most people would expect from like someone who likes zombie stuff. But I've seen like all the movies, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Day, Day of the Night, Night of the Nut. Fuck. Just like I don't know, like there's like so many movies that are like something of the dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is one of the best zombie movies in my opinion. I'm just gonna like, and I know people are like, oh, well, it's not even like a serious zombie movie; it's a comedy, and yeah. But Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are just like two of like the best. Okay, like Hot Fuzz is fucking great. Okay, like those two do great work, even when they're solo or together. But when they're together, they're really good. And Shaun of the Dead is great. Shaun of the Dead is phenomenal. It is one of my favorite zombie movies. And I know for like people like hardcore zombie fanatics, they'd probably look at that and be like, "Ew, your favorite movie should be Night of the Living Dead by George Romero or something like that." And it's like the original zombie movie, like they didn't even look like zombies. They just looked like people, and they like put no effort in putting makeup on to make them look like zombies. It's kind of funny. But I've seen so many zombie movies, zombie shows, zombie games, and like I don't know, I like a lot of them. I can literally look over my games right now and like just think like, oh, I have Dead Island. I love Dead Island. Dead Island is so good. I mean, hell, I talked about Dead Island. It's a zombie game, and I love it. Dead Rising. I love all the Dead Rising games. Yes, even 3 and 4. But I love zombie games. Dead Space, which is an alien zombie thing, which is something I talked about in the Aliens video. But I Love Dead Space. I have Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, which are definitely some of the best fucking zombie games that are out there. And obviously, I have fucking other ones, Resident Evil and shit. And Red Dead Undead Nightmare. Undead Nightmare is really fucking good. But I love zombie media. And the one zombie media I can say I didn't really care for was The Walking Dead, not the game. I actually liked the game, kinda. I liked the first season of the game. The one with like Lee and Clementine. But then after that, when it was Clementine by herself, it kind of wasn't that great in my opinion, anyway. And especially like the one where they introduced like AJ is like now like Clementine taking care of him. I don't know. I didn't really care for that. But the Walking Dead show, I tried to watch it, and it's one of the things that I don't like about zombie stuff, right? Like when I watch something based around zombies, I just want to see zombies dying left and right, and every once in a while, some zombies get some victory over the humans, right? Like that's what I want to see. And I don't mind like the human on human fighting as long as there's some form of zombie involved. But there never is. And The Walking Dead is a great example of something that is more focused on the humans surviving the zombie apocalypse rather than the idea of them surviving the zombies. And it's one of those things that I just don't like. Like when it comes to zombie stuff, I want zombies. I want zombie things. And if you're going to have human on human shit, like it's got to be interesting. Like for example, in the Walking Dead game, the part where they go to the farmhouse and then there's the family, but the family are cannibals. That one's a good one. I like that one. That was a good human versus human one because the humans were no better than the zombies. And that's what made it interesting. But I don't know. I've always loved zombie media. I love just every zombie related thing. Like anytime like I hear about a new zombie game, I usually get excited unless it's like that DayZ game, but that one was like mostly multiplayer. There was Back for Blood, which was like a ripoff of Left 4 Dead, which from what I heard was not great. And there was Days Gone, I think it was called, which was like a game that was like so monstrously hyped, and apparently it came out a buggy mess, but I think they did fix it. But it never interested me, and I think that's the worst because how much I love zombie related media. Whenever I see a zombie thing that doesn't interest me, that bums me the fuck out because I'm just like, oh man, a zombie thing and it doesn't look fun. Like that shit just bores me because it's like damn, like I love zombie stuff, and when I see something that's zombie related and it looks boring or shitty, I just think to myself like, God, why couldn't that be fun? And there's like a part of me that wants to like rationalize getting it, but then I'm thinking like, oh, I'm paying money for something I'm not even gonna enjoy. I like Dying Light. I like the first Dying Light. I haven't heard anything about. I heard Dying Light 2 was not great. I kind of heard people were kind of. I think the consensus of Dying Light 2 is that it's not good nor bad. It's like what I guess what people in the internet would call it's mid. That youthful lingo. The thing is mid. It's not good enough. It's just mid. Sorry. It's a middle ground game. It's a game that's neither good nor bad from what I heard. But people like Dying Light from what I know. I like Dying Light. I think Dying Light's really good. And I don't know. I can understand why there's not a lot of zombie stuff. Like there's only so much you can do with zombies, right? Because like yeah, you can have special infected, but like there's not much else you can do. Because like at this point, like every special infected in like a new zombie game that comes out is the same. Like oh, there's one with a really big arm, huh? That looks suspiciously like Left 4 Dead. Oh, there's a small one that like gets really quick and latches onto you, huh? That's also like Left 4 Dead. Oh, this one spits, kind of like Left 4 Dead. Like I don't know. It kind of feels like special. It kind of feels like Left 4 Dead kind of made special infected so special that it was kind of hard for other zombie games to really make other special infected. And maybe there were like special infected zombies in like something before Left 4 Dead, but Left 4 Dead was like my first like exposure to like a special type of zombie, or more of like a zombie that like is like unique, not really like a zombie that's like special. Because like sometimes there's those zombies where they're faster, or maybe they're like more like deranged or just slightly bigger. But Left 4 Dead definitely made like special infected that were different, and that was like my first exposure to like special infected. And then the more I thought about like a zombie apocalypse, I was like, oh my god, the idea that like special infected type zombies could actually happen would make it worse. Because if it's like shambling zombies, that's one thing, but if we have zombies that run, explode, or giants, all that kind of shit. It's just like, holy shit, this can get worse. But I don't know. This is me kind of just talking about zombies because I love zombie related media. And I don't know why. I just do. It's just a fascinating thing. Like like I said, I've seen movies, shows, games, and hell, even fucking animes. Which there's not a lot. There's only like two or three. One's a comedy. The other two are one's depressing, kinda, and the other is it's basically just kind of softcore. It's not even softcore. Well, actually, kind of a softcore porn. I'm gonna be real. And anyone who's seen High School of the Dead, it's literally just, hey, look at tits and ass, and then there's a zombie. I mean, it's a funny enough show, okay? And then there was Zombieland Saga. Oh yeah, that reminds me of Zombieland, the movie, the comedy movie. I thought it was okay. Whatever. I don't know. Zombieland Saga. I like Zombieland Saga. I thought it was a really good show. And then there was I actually don't know what the other one was called. I don't remember the name of it, but I did watch it and it was about like some girl whose like school was like overtaken by zombies and all her friends notice it, but for some reason she's like stuck in like some like fantasy land where she doesn't believe that there's actually zombies everywhere. I don't remember the name of it, but I thought I remember watching a couple episodes. I thought it was good, but I cannot remember the name. But yeah, like zombies are in everything. Like literally everything has zombies now. Call of Duty was adding fucking zombies. Like you see fucking weird games like Red Dead adding zombies. Saints Row had zombies. Hell, there's a Yakuza game that is about zombies. I think it's called like Yakuza Dead Souls. Like I could not even imagine how the fuck that game would work, but I kind of want to play it. But like, I don't know. I love zombie stuff. I don't know why. I just do. I think zombie stuff is cool. So yeah, I don't know. Just me talking about some weird fucking thing that I like for some unknown reason. So yeah, whatever.